guess I'll start. Yeah, it's nice to be back. We're Mary Poppins, y'all. All three of us are Mary Poppins. We are here to have fun. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what else to say. That's why we brought a manager. Maria, how you doing?
Y'all want a match? Y'all are here again.
Sir.
Y'all ready to go?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
y'all been asking for it. You got it. First off, shout out to Mary Poppins for adding Maria, who's great.
I'm doing great. These two guys, awesome. I've played many a game with them here on channels and on YouTube, and they beat me, and they should, because they're great. They know a lot. I'm very happy to be their manager. I'm very happy to pump them up if they need it, but they don't need it.
Close enough to Mary. Great job. But anyway, that is the real. That is a breakdown. This is real breakdown. Let's get it.
They know they're good. They have to. They are great. So let's see what happens in the future here. The next 20 minutes.
Hello there.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to an exciting episode of Fandom Fights. Got a great teams match for you here today. Rue took my joke. We have we're Maria Poppins, y'all, is what I was going to call them, but Rue basically said the same thing. Great rookie team from last year. Both Brian and Eric nominated for Rookie of the Year. Both had a great first year, looking to make a bit of a comeback statement at the very least. As far as their team goes this year, and they're going to have quite an obstacle to do it because they're going up against the currently number one ranked rookie team that has debuted so far this year. It's Real Breakdown, won their first match by knockout very impressively. Both players pulling their weight in that match. So I'm excited to see. Was it a fluke? Probably not. They seem like they know a lot of shit, but so do Eric and Brian. So let's see how both teams do as we get to the match. And we'll start with round number one. Round number one is going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Each player is going to have 15 seconds to write down their answer. At the end of 15 seconds, we'll say pens down, at which point the players will reveal their answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece, and should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number one, they would receive a bonus question. Each team will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number one?
Nope.
All good.
All right. Your first question will come in the category of Fight Night. How many title defenses did Rocky have when he is challenged by Clubber in Rocky 3? I was going to talk about numerical title defenses, but I probably shouldn't do that except for the questions about. Don't want to say any numbers because it could give away an answer, except for these 5 numbers that I'm about to say. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Was the answer in there? Who knows? Nick, we'll start with you.
3.
We'll go to Brian.
Red out, 3 out.
Matt.
5. I went back and forth on 3.
And Eric.
Let's double that that 5 into 10. I don't know.
Eric is correct. 10. This is the
good job, Eric.
So, Mary Poppins, y'all will start out with the 1-0 lead as we get to the next question in the category of Law and Order.
So,
Who plays Thomas Gabriel in Live Free or Die Hard? Anna is here. She was unable to host, so I may go to her. How many title defenses do you have? She made a face. She didn't like that joke. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Brian.
is it Kevin Smith?
We'll go to Matt.
Timothy Oliphant.
We'll go to Eric.
I went with Justin Long.
And Nick.
With Joel Kinnaman.
three of you naming someone from that movie. One of you naming it correct, and it's Matt. Timothy Oliphant is the correct answer. Ties it up 1-1 as we get to the next question. Category of horror icons. Which horror icon's film features the death of the character Laurie Strode? This one, no. Mouth it. You don't know. Oh, that's a liar. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Matt.
Michael Myers.
We'll go to Eric.
Ironically, it's Halloween Resurrection.
We'll go
Oh,
to
shit.
Nick.
I misheard.
Michael Myers.
I probably
And we'll
misheard it.
go to Brian.
Halloween ends.
You would think, right?
We're looking for the film, and Eric
Oh,
gave the
yeah.
correct one, so it is 2-1.
I thought I said which horror icons.
Yeah, so did I.
Well, once you both said it, I started to question myself.
Yeah, I was worried.
That's why I was just like, which film or which person? So
Fair. 2-1, where Mary Poppins is in the lead as we get to the next question in the category of creature features. What political position does Ari's father Sandor have in Ape City in 2001's Planet of the Apes? Real good one. You could also just guess a political position. That's
American political positions.
as
I
a
guess
non-biased manager. That's what I would say to all my players. 5.
it's not like
4,
there's different positions in Mexico now that I think about it.
Okay,
Hands down. We will start with Eric.
I said senator because
We'll
why not?
go to Nick.
Sorry, do you see me?
Yep.
VP.
We'll go to Brian
Mayor?
and Matt.
governor.
Apparently they have senators in Mexico. Senator is the correct answer. That's that one again.
Yes.
Widens the lead 3-1. As we get to the next question in the category of sci-fi icons. What branch of the military is Kate Brewster's father, Robert, a general of in Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines? Similar strategy to the last
Similar American things.
True. Fortunately, a lot of the movies in Phantom do take place in
Yeah, I
America.
figure.
This is not my round.
That's all right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Nick.
Navy.
We'll go to Brian.
I also guess Davey.
We'll go to Matt
Army.
and Eric.
When in doubt, guess Army.
All unfortunately incorrect. We're looking for Air Force.
Ah,
Air Force.
Jesus Christ.
We will move to the next question. In the
Not
category.
the Air Force.
Next question's in the category of MCU. I don't want to jinx anyone, but I feel like you all can take a breath on this one. And the question is, in Avengers Infinity War, how does Thanos kill Heimdall at the beginning of the film? May have jinxed some people. If so, I apologize. Who? You didn't hear the question? Oh, you just don't know who that is? That's great. So glad we watched that film. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Brian.
might be wrong, but I put Totem.
We'll go to Matt.
Stabs him.
We'll go to Eric.
I said stabbed him. I don't think that's the proper past tense of that word.
And Nick.
Well, yes.
No, I haven't got it.
Stabs him. It's correct. Stabbed. It's, well, yeah, that works for me. Keep base. It is 4-2, where Mary Poppins is in the lead. We get to the next question in the category. Disney animation.
Okay.
Who voices the title character in Chicken Little? Titular title character. It's fair.
Such a great word, titular. I don't even know how to pronounce it. T's
Aaron
confusing.
Fairward.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Get answers starting with Ryan, I think.
Yep, he knows too bad. Zach Raff.
We'll go to Matt.
Zach Braff.
Eric.
Zach Braff.
And Nick.
Didn't have it.
Zach Braff is correct. So Where Mary Poppins Y'all widens the lead at 6-3 as we get to the next question in the category of American spies. In Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, who informs Ethan that the IMF has been shut down and handed over to the CIA? Take first name, last name, or both if you want to be fancy about it. And Nick, Matt, I know you guys aren't doing anything, but if you could just raise it just a little bit.
Yeah.
You're good. A lot of scandals been happening recently. I don't know if you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Matt.
I want to say Benji.
We'll go to Eric.
I almost wrote Benny, but I changed it to Benji.
We'll go to
There's
Nick.
no Benny.
Benji.
And Brian.
My favorite character this year is Benji Dunn.
Great guess. That is unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for Brant. William Brant.
Wow, what a round.
No, again, I questioned myself there. But Brant was the correct answer. So we'll move to the penultimate question. It's in the category of the Worlds of DC.
Okay.
Which prior Worlds of DC villain is set to take over the world in the new timeline Barry entered in The Flash? Or as I call it, the crap,
You're not wrong.
the bad.
The Crash.
All more accurate titles.
Correct.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Eric.
General Zod.
We'll go to Nick.
Zod.
Brian.
Military name.
Same year as we are. Joe Scooby back as Batman. Joe Zod.
And Matt.
General Zod.
Zod is correct. Clean sweep. It is 8-5 as we get to the final question, round number 1. It's going to come in the category of Law and Order. A helicopter crashes inside a building during the final fight, lighting the whole place on fire. In which Law and Order film? Sounds not fun. I'm already final fighting. And the catches on fire. It's just making things more difficult for me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Nick.
Lethal Weapon 3.
We'll go to Brian.
I also had Lethal Weapon 3.
You guys are real confusing me today. We'll go
Bad Boys for Life.
and Eric.
I said Rush Hour. I don't even remember what's in the category now that I think about it.
That is in the category, but Bad Boys for Life is the correct answer.
Nice.
So Matt will close the gap at the end of round number 1. We're Mary Poppins Y'all in the lead with 8 to Real Breakdown 6. But anything can happen as we get into round number 2. Here's how round number 2 is going to work. It is the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each player will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep it if they spin the second time. We get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you like to down multiple choice, at which point it will only be worth 1. And be on the lookout as stealing is available in round number 2. Categories on the wheel today are Wizarding World, Mixed Bag, MCU, Creature Features, Disney Animation, James Bond, Horror Icons, and Fight Night. We're Mary Poppins, y'all. You guys in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer to Real Breakdown?
What do you
Say
think,
we'll go
Eric?
second. I think let's see how they do to see how much we have to worry. We'll probably have to worry. They're really good.
Yeah, they are. So,
Let's see. Let's
You're
go
pretty
second.
good too.
I agree.
Second it is. We'll bring in Rue. And Real
Y'all
Breakdown,
good?
Yep.
this will be your first spin. Lands on Disney Animation. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
Nick, you want to go again?
Yeah, go again.
Go ahead.
Okay, yep. Go again.
All right, going again. This is your second spin. You have to keep what it lands on this time. It's going to be
All right. Well,
Horror Icons.
so definitely go multiple choice.
Yep.
Definitely talk it out. If you have no idea, definitely go to multiple choice because that man will steal it. Yeah.
Oh, Nick?
I'm not eligible to steal. But Real Breakdown, I'll be giving you your questions in the category of Horror Icons. Are you prepared for them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, your first question. Parents of a deceased character call into question the sanity of that character's girlfriend, making her unable to raise his child in which horror icon's film?
Multiple choice.
Yeah.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, Halloween Kills, B, The Dream Child, C, Jason Lives, or D, Freddy vs. Jason?
I know it's not Kills.
I have no inkling here.
You want to guess Dream Child?
Fine.
Sure.
Dream Child, final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
Nice.
All right, your second question. Who plays Pamela Voorhees in the original Friday the 13th?
Multiple choice. Nick, hands.
Oh, sorry.
You're
Multiple
good.
choice.
Multiple choice. All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, Fiona Shaw, B, Pernilla August, C, Betsy Palmer, or D, Paula Shaw?
Is it D, Matt?
Your guess is as good as mine. I'm going to go, yeah.
D, final answer.
That is incorrect. Where Mary Poppins, y'all chance for the 1 point steal. Your options again are A, Fiona Shaw, B, Pernilla August, C, Betsy Palmer, or D, Paula Shaw.
Let's see, Betsy Palmer.
Final answer.
That is correct for the 1 point steal. All right, real breakdown. Your third question. In Wes Craven's New Nightmare, Nancy has a stalker that keeps contacting her. How?
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, letters, B, phone calls, C, knocking on her window, or D, keying her car?
Which one you want to go with, Nick?
Last time we went with me, we were wrong. When we went with you on the guess, we were right. So it's all you, Matt.
We'll go B, phone call. Final answer.
That's correct for 1 point.
Hell yeah. Look at that strategy.
Real breakdown, your penultimate question. The final fight between Freddy and Jason takes place at what type of location in Freddy versus Jason?
I think I know this one, but I want to go multiple choice to be safe.
It's up to you.
Yeah, let's go multiple choice.
Okay.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, grocery store, B, campground, C, factory, or D, bedroom?
It's not what I thought it was, so cool. Let's go C, factory.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. C, factory.
C, factory, final answer.
That is incorrect. We're Mary Poppins, y'all chance for the 1 point steal. Your options again are A, grocery store, B, campground, C, factory, or D, bedroom.
It's a campground.
Yeah, final answer.
That is correct for the 1 point steal. All right, and real breakdown. Your final question in horror icons. In Halloween Ends, high school students attack Corey that belong to what school group?
I can see the jackets, but I need to go multiple choice. You okay with that, Nick?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, chess club, B, football team, C, school band, or D, hockey team?
Is it school band?
I think it's school band, yeah. School band, final answer.
That's correct for 1 point. And they well
Worst type of
navigated
bullets.
round 2 for real breakdown. They get their score up to 9 with the steals, where Mary Poppins, y'all, is at 10. So we'll bring back in the wheel and Maria. And we're Mary Poppins, y'all. This will be your first spin. It's going to be a student's choice.
How wonderful.
Sorry, Maria.
Wizarding World, Nick?
No, stop. No,
Stop.
wait a second.
Okay.
So
Wait,
I should have talked to y'all about Disney before, but I do not. So Wizarding World can get steals, but I feel like they might know a couple of them. I'm wondering whether or not, because I don't, whether or not, I'll give you two. Either go Wizarding World, or I would say go James Bond, because it gets a little deeper, and I am not positive that they know it. Here's my only thing. I don't think they know it, but I'm not positive. Do you want steals, or do you want something that I don't think they know?
I want steals, because
Steals.
I don't think we know James Bond. So.
Yeah, but we also want them getting wrong answers, but they might. So just wanted to talk you through it, because I should have talked you through the last one. So
No,
pick
it's
a
okay.
Wizarding World then.
Wizarding World.
Cool. Pick a Wizarding World then.
All righty, Wizarding World. It is We're Mary Poppins, y'all. I'll be giving you questions in the category of the Wizarding World. Are you prepared for them?
Sure.
All right. Your first question. Which Wizarding World film features a deadly plant called Devil's Snare?
That's the first one. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Full answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
This is just for Brian. Just let me be sure for the final answer.
It was sure not very cool if you were wondering, but all right.
Sorry.
No, you're good. We're Mary Poppins, y'all. We'll be giving you your second question in the Wizarding World. Who plays Voldemort in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix?
That's Ray Fiennes, right?
Yeah, that's Ray Fiennes. Ray Fiennes. Final answer.
There you go.
That is correct for 2 points. Your third question. In Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, what is the last name of Theseus's fiance?
Ooh.
Lestrange. It's Zoe Kravitz's character. Lestrange. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. We're Mary Poppins, y'all. Your penultimate question in the Wizarding World. In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry worries about what type of creatures being in the Black Lake shortly after cracking the secret of the egg?
Mermaids?
That's the creatures that are there. I don't think he worries about anything else. I
Go
think we can afford to go.
Five.
Want to shoot it? No, let's go multiple. I'm not positive.
Okay.
Multiple choice, please.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, merpeople, B, grindelows, C, sharks, or D, piranhas?
For the mer people, then?
You want to go with that one?
Yeah, that sounds right. I think that's what
Okay.
they call
Yeah.
mer people. Final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
Yeah, we should have shot it. That's on me.
All right, Poppins, y'all, your final question in the Wizarding World. In Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, what village do Harry, Ron, and Hermione apparate to so that they could sneak into Hogwarts?
That's Hogsmeade. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You want to go with that one?
Yeah, Hogsmeade. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points and a sweep of the Wizarding World. Where Mary Poppins gets their score up to 19. Real breakdown at 9. We have a 10-point game as we get into round number 3. Here's how round number 3 is going to work. It is the betting round. We have 5 more questions in the room of Fandom Fights. Once players hear the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we've reached the end of the match. Teams, any questions as we get into round number 3?
Nope.
Okay.
All right, first category you can bet points on is horror icons. Let's get back starting with real breakdown. Who will be taking it for how much?
2.
And we're Mary Poppins, y'all.
This feels wrong, but I'll go 0.
All right. Your question in horror icons. In what U.S. state is Haddonfield located in 1978's Halloween? If Matt hits this, we will move on. If Matt misses, we will not. Doesn't matter what Eric does, unless you like stats, which I do. So keep that in mind. I'm not a nerd, or I could be. Yeah, it's fine. I have a bunch of comics on the wall behind me, so I guess 5. 4.
I don't think there's anyone
3.
playing who's not a nerd
2.
at this point.
Fens down. We'll start with Eric.
This was wrong. Illinois. It's
And
wrong to
Matt.
not to bet. I mean,
It's Illinois, and I appreciate the gamesmanship when he could have ended it.
Let's see that again. Nah, it didn't turn all the way.
Illinois.
All right, perfect. Awesome. Illinois is correct. So real breakdown will gain 2 points. It's now 19-11. We are still alive as we move to the next category that Brian and Nick will have to take. That category is DreamWorks animation. Let's get bets starting with Nick.
2.
And Brian.
Just like what Eric said, go to 0.
All right, your question in DreamWorks. How is Moses related to Aaron and Miriam in The Prince of Egypt? It's always interesting when we ask about this film because someone who's never seen a DreamWorks movie could possibly have the background knowledge. Never know.
No, they couldn't have this background knowledge at all.
I'm just saying, like, no one, unless you've seen the movie, no one knows what happened in Ants.
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying.
Even if you have seen
3,
it, you probably don't know
2,
what's happening next.
1. Pens down. True. We'll go to Brian first. You bet 0.
Biological son.
And Nick.
That cousin.
And your winners. We're Mary Poppins, y'all. We were looking for brother. Brother was the correct answer. So Nick, very close. And yeah, they kept it alive. It was this close to being a knockout. We made it to pretty deep in round 3, halfway deep. I think Real Breakdown maybe learned a lot. I think it's tough sometimes when you come out in your first match and you're so dominant. That the expectations way up there, and then maybe you spin something that you're unfamiliar with, and it humbles you a bit. But I still think Real Breakdown is going to be an amazing team going forward. I'm excited to see what they do coming back. But we're Mary Poppins, y'all. This could be the season they make a name for themselves. So I'm excited to see what they do going forward. And look at me fixing that. Tim, edit that one in. All right, we're going to go see how the teams are doing in post-match interviews. Real Breakdown, as I just said in that brief closing, it's tough to top a knockout debut match where you score a lot of points and both of you do really, really well in round 1. And you both of you said at one point during round 1, like it's just one of those days, and unfortunately it just kept being one of those days. That's the rounds went on. But that tis the nature of the game. But I still think you guys show a lot of promise in this match and a whole lot of promise in your first match. I look forward to seeing you back. But what are you taking away from this match today?
I need to study horror films, and I'm a horror bitch, so this should be fun.
I was in your place not long ago. Nick, how do you feel about the match?
An off game. Got to see kind of what it looks like when the wheel doesn't go your way. If it like Matt is obviously knows a lot more about the wizarding world, but I feel like I knew a lot of those questions that came up, and the horror icons. I know horror really well, but the specifics of the horror icons is just there's so much horror in there that some of the other things get lost. So
we landed on both their strengths, which is what made that worse.
it happens. Like I don't feel like round 1, the things I didn't get were things I didn't know. It's not like the first match where there was some stuff that I knew and I just couldn't pull. It just didn't happen to have a lot of the stuff I was knowledgeable about come up in this match.
For sure. And in many ways that feels better. It's less frustrating to be like, I've seen that, I know it. But Rue, thoughts? I see this team only learning from this and getting stronger.
Yes, 100%. Because the thing is, they were only down 2. And they're only down 2 at round 1, and no matter what the score is, if you're within 2 to 4, you have a good game. So like they didn't score either, so you don't really care what the questions are. It's how many you answer compared to them, and y'all did what y'all needed to do. Definitely learning lesson 1 about what questions are now going to be like moving forward. For 1. Second, about round 2 in your category, you don't always want to necessarily go for the steal. You have to try to make them answer question wrong. And I thought that they would probably have some knowledge about Wizarding World. I just wasn't confident enough if I remember whether or not Eric had studied Bond yet or not. Because if he did, he would have had the same thing. I just was a little more confident that he probably didn't know Bond more than Wizarding World. I'm a little bit more mad at myself. I didn't talk to them about taking Disney first, though, because we already knew the wheel we wouldn't like, and I should have said something, and that was on me saying, wait a second, you might land on something you really don't like. At least y'all know Disney movies, so next time I got to definitely chime in and say, wait a second, before y'all make that decision based on the wheel. So that part's on me. But good learning lesson for this one, and I think they'll be all right moving forward, for the rest of the year.
I agree. And you guys are already on lesson like 10. The team you played last time still needs to learn with multiple choices. And I can say that because they're mad.
Oh, God.
Guys, congratulations on a good match. I look forward to seeing you back. It's going to be a fun time. And we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
As we bring in our winner today, we're Mary Poppins. Y'all, guys, this was a great win. Matt,
It was an expected win. That's what it was.
I don't know if you guys have seen their first match, but I think you guys work very well together as a team.
They're excellent together.
To the point where, like, you told him to stop, Eric, but I was like, oh my God, Brian's like finishing his sentences and like hitting hits just like that. So it was actually very good, and you played very good on top of.
I agree.
On top of the little bit of struggle that they had, but overall, I think you guys proved today that you're a very strong team. I think you've got strengths in a lot of areas that not a lot of teams do. So I think that will help you going forward. Is that what you've gathered from this match today?
I would say shout out to Eric. He was an MVP in round 2. Like he knew all those Wizard World stuff. Even did great in round 1. Round 1 wasn't my strongest, but Eric did great in round 1.
You both did well,
I-
very well.
yeah, to the real breakdown that there's nothing to hang your hang about. Like, I think that's expression. I've probably missing that,
Hang
but
your
That was
head.
right, yeah.
Something like
we've lost a bunch of times, very embarrassingly. So you can
Yeah.
only learn from losses. So that's
Exactly.
nothing to be ashamed of.
He
You
had
might as
grace.
well have fallen in an opponent's choice. We did, but to be fair to them, like Wizard the World has been a weakness of mine in my most recent matches, so I had to fix that, and then I fixed it. Besides having to watch Crimes of Grindelwald, which I hate, but other than that, like it's a pleasure to study, it's a pleasure to watch the movies, and it is our second year, so we are a little bit more
Yeah.
studied. First year for your first knockout win, like that's very impressive. I'm sure you're going to get much better after this.
I
That
agree.
sounded so wrong, but you're going to do really good. You seem very knowledgeable. That sounded wrong. Very sorry.
No, we knew what you meant. Maria, Eric brings up an interesting point because a lot of people might think it's just who's seen the most movies, who's like, but there's a little bit of room in there where maybe Rue saw some of Eric's recent matches, saw that he wasn't doing as good in Wizarding World, and thought like, okay, maybe there's steal opportunities here,
I
not
100%
knowing
believe
Eric
that.
had done the work to improve on that.
You
So
got to
there's a
know
little
these
bit of
guys.
strategy in there. Do you think this team has that going forward?
I think they do. Eric is a hidden gem. Eric knows so much that nobody knows that he knows. That when things come up and I hear the banter between them about what they should pick, I'm like, you guys are going to get yourself in the weeds here because Eric knows everything on that wheel. So go ahead and pick whatever you'd like. He's not going to find weakness in him. And Brian is the same way. Brian's been here longer than both of us, so you know he knows the ropes. He knows what he's doing. They're good at the game as far as like the blank face about not to give away anything. I'm the one who wants to grin and go, okay, go ahead and pick that. Let's see how that goes. So they're just hidden gems. They don't have to be ostentatious about it. They just are there, steady. And I know Eric. If Eric doesn't know it, it's a gap. He'll know it next time. He doesn't have that kind of brain that lets him, just wander around going, "Oh, okay, I'm never gonna know that." He's not like that. He'll pick it up, and Brian already knows most of it anyway. So
Yeah.
I think the great thing is Brian shouldn't beat himself up because Eric was MVP on the Wizarding World, but I mean, it could have been something else too, and you would have been that way. So
Yeah, now Disney animation.
you guys fit together,
Yeah.
which he doesn't know, and you both know a lot. And I know that for sure because I got my ass kicked by both of you in recent past. So I just love them both, and I'm happy that they won. I knew they would. I just had this feeling. I just knew it because I don't like I didn't get it because of this. No, you didn't get it because you didn't know it, and that's just the way it is. I mean, we all know that. If you don't know it, you don't know it. So yeah,
Very
they
true.
did a good job today, though. I'm proud of them.
Yeah, Maria once said we're married. Oh, go ahead, Brian.
That's sorry to interrupt. It was good bounce back from my singles match early in the year to now. It's a good bounce back to it.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, absolutely. And this was absolutely a bounce back. I think this is a great showing for y'all to start out on. And who knows, maybe more positive things going forward. So congratulations on the win. And we'll see you guys next time. And that'll bring us to the end of this here Fandom Fights teams match. A great one, if I do say so myself. Thank you to Mary Poppins, y'all. Thank you to Real Breakdown. Thank you to Rue, to Maria. Thank you to Tim for editing this one. And thank you to all you. Be sure to check out all the other fandom matches going on. Whole slate of shows here at TBNT Inc. Check it out, and we'll see you next time on another exciting episode of Fandom Fights.